Hello YouTube, I am Matt and welcome to just another drop in the bucket.
Welcome back YouTube, this is Matt and this is just another drop in the bucket. Today we have my experience and maybe some of your experience from the pen shows, and I'm here to give my opinion, my take on these fountain pen shows, some of the do's and don'ts, and some of the things that I got and how I feel about pen shows in general. First of all, this is how I attend. I like to be different. I'm not from Texas, but I really enjoy my Western hat. It lets me stand out, and I'm always in my club shirt. And there's my member logo right there. Feather and inkwell. So on to the shows. There is no wrong way to attend a fountain pen show. The most important thing you can do while at any of these shows is just show up and be yourself. And whether it's at your own local show in state, whether you're out of state, whether you've traveled a long distance, a short distance, it really doesn't matter. But I'll give you some of my opinion. Now, to start with, this last one that I went to here, you could see it's the Miami Pen Show. It was held at the Hilton Marina in Fort Lauderdale, which is a small drive north of Miami, but still equally as balmy and equally as many palm trees as anywhere in Miami, I expect. And I always come with a trader pass. I come with pens I'm willing to trade, and sadly, I was a little disappointed in this trip, but that doesn't mean the Orlando will disappoint me. The Orlando one is always a good one. I don't know how new or old the Miami Pen Show is. I think it's fairly new. It was smaller. They had a few less vendors, so that was, it's always something new to experience. You never know how big these shows are going to be from one year to the next, how many people will return or not, or how many vendors have moved and won't be returning. It's everything is always in flux. So some of the things you get for a trader's pass, usually you get some of these promotional items. You get things like postcards, so you can mail back your friends, let them know where you've been. I'll be doing that with some of my local club members. Feel free to join my club and maybe I can start writing you as well. Some stickers from the things that I got, happy hour, pens and gifts. This guy had some amazing ink that I haven't seen before, some of the Van Diemen Australian ink. This is the Explorer set. I have several bottles. He also had the Endless Alchemy inks, and I appreciated that, although I had all of it, so I didn't buy any of that specifically. Now, in addition, of course, we have yet another postcard here. One of my favorite people is Lighthouse Paper Co. They're down in Melbourne, which is also pretty close to me, kind of a halfway between Miami and Orlando. One of the big things there of the show, one of the sponsors is Anderillium Ink. They are a newer ink company. I also haven't seen them before. I have several of their colors, and they were the sponsor of this year's Miami Pen Show ink. Their ink is this kind of color here, which you could kind of see if I hold this up. It is a really, really bright red that is kind of hot red, closer to a pink, more like this on paper. I enjoy writing with it, even though it's a flat color. It's not my favorite color, but it is a new color, and there's very few things that are new to me anymore, but that was definitely one of them. I always enjoy finding new, different brands, colors, inks, things I haven't seen before. That is where I like to spend my money, is on new, rare, or small batch items. Now, you can buy box brand items anywhere at any time. You could buy them at the show. There's lots of vendors that have box brand items, and some of them will have sales. This is one great way that you could spend your time and money at the shows, is by finding deals on box brand items that you really know and trust but want to save a buck on. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's no wrong way to go to a show and spend money on a show. My favorite way may not be your favorite way. My favorite way is finding small custom things like Anderillium ink, the Van Diemen, I haven't seen that before, or artisanal pens. That's where the money is. That's where my money gets spent, is on the artisanal things. It came down to, in the end, my biggest purchase was between an Estabrook, the Coffee Monster branded pen, which there was one vendor that had a couple of those, even though most of those are sold out now, or this one up here, which is by TriStar Studio. It is called The Destruction of Pompeii. So it's supposed to be a lava themed pen. It's orange, red, yellow with some gold bands on it. I think it's probably one of my favorite pens in my entire collection. And even though it's not a gold nib, it actually even has a special nib, and I'll go ahead and display that for you while I'm reviewing the rest of the pen show and talking about things. There you go. Now, I know that is a little bit difficult to see. Let me zoom in a little bit, see if it shows up a little bit better. Kinda. If I just shade it enough, the orange shows up a little bit better. So that is orange plated stainless steel, and it is absolutely butter smooth. And I will say I absolutely love writing with this pen. I have one of my Endless Alchemy inks in it that is almost the exact same orange with lots of glitter in it. So it's very well paired with my kind of ink and the type of ink that I love to write with. Other people, you know, they like the maroon pens, and there were some good maroon inks that were, you know, common box brands that they really clicked with. And there's nothing wrong with that either. But for me, I like the small custom things. And so my heart goes out to TriStar Studios. Also another one, maybe I'll buy from in the Orlando Pen Show, is, where is it? There's another one. Give me a second, guys. I'm looking over the list of vendors. Little Hollow Customs. So they were another custom pen manufacturer. They had custom made acrylics. They turned them. They were, as always, very chatoyant, very glittery, very awesome. And they're probably my next big purchase at a pen show. I did buy a TWSBI, 100% TWSBI Eco Serpentine Bronze. That is a new release box brand, and it was not on sale. Why? Because it was a new release. And that was something very hard to find. New releases at a pen show are kind of a rarity, and I enjoyed Pen Realm, which is where I got it from. She had a lot of different options. She was the one with the Coffee Monster pen. I 100% don't regret buying that pen from her. It was a cheaper purchase. It lets me display the ink well, and there's nothing wrong with getting a TWSBI. Again, it's not where my major money was spent, but I did get some, and it wasn't even on sale. So, you know, like I said, there's no wrong way to go attend and spend your money at a pen show. The most important thing is to get the things that you want and enjoy the company that you're with. Now, some other things I got while I was there. I got some of these. Sorry about the dropping. I got some bag rolls for my pens so that I could carry around more than 2 of them at a time. I got this little pouch, which I absolutely love, also by Rickshaw, also dragon themed. Everyone knows I'm obsessed with Year of the Dragon stuff. That is an amazing dragon sketch, and I love it. I'm able to carry around at least 6 good pens out of that, plus maybe a small notebook if I felt like it. Very, very soft backing here. Nice secure holding. Zips all the way up. That way things can't get in. I don't know what else there is to say, guys. What I would love to see more at pen shows is more community involvement, more things for the community to do. There's only so many things you could do with a fountain pen and notebook and such, but have a public writing, have, a big writing, theme. a big board displaying, the requirements for the page and, something to write about, and then give us a time period to write it in, and let us all sit down and write together over a couple hour time period and enjoy each other's company and some of the products we bought. One of the major things I did after the first night, I bought quite a bit of ink, and I didn't have any pens, but I came with a lot of empty pens knowing I would buy ink. I inked 4 or 5 pens while I was there so that I could enjoy writing with my new colors. I would absolutely encourage you that if you are going to be at a pen show multiple days, do the same thing. Come with some of your own pens that you don't plan on trading or selling. Come with them empty and cleaned out, ready to ink up, and ink them up and go back and write with it that night. And then you could go back and talk about it to the other people at the pen show. That is one of the beauties of being at a pen show, is enjoying the new things that you have. We all have multiple pens, I'm sure, at least 2 or 3. Clean them all out if that's all you got. Go ready to write with every color that you buy, because that is writing with a fountain pen. We're not limited to just 1 color or 2, or having to worry about writing through a whole filling. Maybe you're tired of writing with blue and you want to write with red. Well, if you bought yourself a bottle of red, get ready to write with it. Anyhow, that's my take. Go enjoy the pen shows. I'm going to be at the Orlando Pen Show. I'll be there multiple days. I hope to see you all there. Write down in the comments if you will be there.